It appears we've worked out our technical issues. Dr. Tom Stelfox, the director of the O'Brien Institute for Public Health, is joining us once again. And we want to get into what kind of research the Institute has been undertaking when it comes to COVID-19. So, Dr. Stelfox, can you speak to that?
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'd say our scientists have been doing really three types of things. They've been doing impactful research, for example, examining how the pandemic has impacted children, studying ways to provide better long-term care, and working to understand how the public gets its information about the pandemic so we can provide more effective health strategies. They've done innovative things like designing medical supply drones to bring supplies to remote areas, identified how to sterilize personal protective equipment so it can be reused, and exploring safe ways for families to visit loved ones hospitalized with COVID-19. And then they've served as advisors, tracking the spread of the virus, monitoring the latest science from around the world, and then sharing this information with our governments to help them make the best decisions possible.
This virus has really turned our lives upside down. So, what does this show us about the world that we're living in?
I think it shows us just how fragile health is and how important research and innovation is for preserving public health. If we think about it, just over a year ago, the world had never heard of the coronavirus and knew nothing about COVID-19. Since then, over 100 million people have been infected and over 2.5 million have died. At the same time, scientists from the O'Brien Institute for Public Health and other organizations around the world have been racing to save lives. They've explored every aspect and characteristic of this virus and disease, how it spreads, how it affects us, how to treat it, how to defeat it. What scientists have learned has been used by public health professionals to inform everything from prevention measures to treatment protocols to vaccination strategies. Science is impacting the health and well-being of people in every corner of the world, and it's estimated to have already saved over 500,000 lives.
How important is it to have our own research and innovation labs here in Canada and especially in Calgary?
It's critical. So science is a global endeavor, and we benefit from scientific discoveries being shared around the world. And at the same time, the pandemic has reminded us of the importance of having local expertise so we can tackle local problems. If we remember back early in the pandemic, Canada struggled to secure personal protective equipment. More recently, we've waited for vaccines while other countries are vaccinating their populations. Fortunately, we have Canadian scientists who have been able to help us tackle local problems.
I think we're going to have to leave it there. Thank you so much for your time tonight, Dr. Tom Stelfox, the director of the O'Brien Institute for Public Health.